Hello everyone, Todd Michael Putnam here, just to bring you another build from D&D Creative Table Designs. This one here I'm super excited about. Those of you who've been following me a little bit know I love my vertical builds. I love finding ways of adding height and depth to the experience. That just brings the table, I think, that much more alive. That and lighting or sound effects or whatever else can be brought into it to just add a little bit more immersion to the experience. And one of the things I've always been wanting to do is like some kind of mountains or height, climbing, things like that to bring that onto it. And in this particular build, I figured out the way to how to do it. This adventure is called Below and Above. And the idea just behind that the characters are hired by the town in order to go after a giant ice griffin, which is this big guy right here. And this ice griffin, I want to say I got him from Safari Limited Toys on Amazon or something like that. He's just this huge griffin type guy. So I put him up on top of this mountain nest or whatever, on top of this huge mountain. And the players, rather than going above ground and heading straight through the forest, where the ice griffin would easily see them from above, from his perch, and fly over and just pick them off one by one, they instead need to go below, and they go through this cave entrance in the underground so that the ice griffin himself can't get to them. Naturally, there's things in here. There's wolves for them to fight in some caverns. And then over here, I've got like a band of yetis that are also there to fight the players. Some ice serpents and snakes. All of these, of course, being less threatening than the big bad evil guy, which is the ice griffin itself. I got this huge ice spider guy, or crystal spider thing, which again I think is Safari Toys, is where I got that from. But at any rate, the characters go through this underground labyrinth and eventually work their way through and come out here right at the base of the foothold of the mountaintop itself. And from there, they are able to actually ascend and climb up either of the two faces, the two sides of it, climb up and assault the ice griffin from two different angles at the same time. And this big piece here, what it is it's actually the ice wall display from Game of Thrones. It's a toy. And I think I want to call it, I think they just call it the wall display or something like that. Game of Thrones, the wall display on Amazon. I don't know, it's like $30 or something like that. And it comes with some other stuff, but that stuff is just pulled off. And all you got to do is they have these little notches that are there in order to hold their particular toys on it. You can just take some pliers and pop those off, and they make perfect perches for 28 millimeter characters to work their way up. And I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think there's like 7 perches that they can actually walk on, place themselves on. So of course they're going to have to make strength and dex checks or whatever it is as they're jumping from one to the other, trying to climb up to the top. And then do battle with the big ice griffin here, who of course has amassed a nice fortune up above where none so far have been able to get to him. So, and that's just the idea that they go below ground in order to make their assault a surprise until they get right to the base and climb up right under the nose of the ice griffin himself. And then when they come over the top, they're actually able to just surprise him from two different sides and make the attack. Just going to throw a mini here so you can see the size of this particular ice griffin versus so he's definitely a big bad evil guy, big bad monster type. He's huge, gargantuan in size, bigger than a lot of the dragons actually. So, but that's just the idea of Below and Above. The funny thing about this here is I just used these Dwarven Forge plates, terrain trays, 4 22-ounce glasses perfectly, and I mean absolutely perfectly, lines up with the top of the ice tower. So you just put, I just put 3 sets of 4 underneath there in order to hold this up, hold the terrain tray up, and it's it's perfectly fine. It's except for that little piece. It stays pretty steady. There's not going to be any problems with it, and I just throw a little bit of terrain on top of it, and it's good to go. That's it. So you can get those pieces at Walmart. I don't know if you can get them. I'm sure you could probably get them at Walmart, but I just got mine at Amazon. And again, just Game of Thrones, the wall display, and pop those on there for ice walls, and it's good to go. It's up and running, and it adds a whole big 3D element to the fight itself, where of course the players are going to be going on either side of it, and some of them will require dex checks, some will require strength checks, or however that you want to play it, and each player proceeds accordingly. And the DM can, of course, have rock coming out from underneath their finger, or I should say ice balls coming out from underneath their fingers or whatever, and risking injury and falling, in addition to trying to possibly make stealth checks as they get closer to the top to make sure that the Ice Griffon himself does not hear them. So that's the idea. That's the idea of Below and Above, and really, really fun setup. I really enjoyed setting this one up and being able to put it into action. It turned out better than I actually hoped it would. So that was great. And let me know what your thoughts are, what you think about the Below and Above and the 3D terrain, and in the comments below. Thanks for listening. Take care. Bye.